Hello and welcome to Villanova University. I'm Liz Tyhaz. I'm a senior mechanical engineering major from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So we'll start our tour out here. To give you an idea of where we are on campus, there are 3 different campuses. South Campus, which is across the street that way. We are currently on main campus where most of the academic affairs go on, where a lot of sophomores live. And then there's the West Campus, which is where the junior apartments are, the graduate law school, and also the communications department. So we'll continue this way. The building we just came out of is actually Austin Hall. Austin Hall has 2 purposes. One, it's a sophomore dorm for singles, and then the other is it is the site for admissions. This building to your right over here is the campus ministry building, also known as St. Rita's Hall. St. Rita's Hall hosts single dorms for sophomores, which also may change over time. But in addition, campus ministry is one of the key parts of Villanova's environment here. Hello, Father Peter. Hi, this is Father Peter, if you'd like to see who our president of the university is.
The 360-degree camera.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Perfect. So to your right, as you see, the campus ministry building. This campus ministry building has everything that has to do with getting involved on campus and off campus. And that has to do with service. Now, the important part of Villanova's environment and experience is getting involved with that service. We have domestic and non-domestic trips that you can take. Some can be for Habitat for Humanity, and others can also be for helping things like Walk for Waslala. I actually traveled to Nicaragua at one point in my career here at Villanova, and we went and helped the people in Nicaragua learn how to test their water to see if it's safe for drinking. In addition, retreats are offered here at Villanova. We have all freshman retreats just to get you involved early on and make some friends that I can say I've done as a freshman retreat participant and also as a leader for the freshman retreat. And then we also have following retreats that have to do with seniors and multifaceted people all across the community. So now we're going to go into the church. Welcome to the St. Thomas of Villanova Church. This is one of the cornerstones of Villanova's campus, not only because it's a beautiful site outside of the campus, but also from the inside. Being that this is a Catholic Augustinian community, we welcome everyone to either participate in the Catholic part of the Villanova experience or do whatever they find will be their niche here at Villanova. We are community and we accept everyone, but we do encourage the word community here at Villanova. So take a quick gander and then we'll head back outside. Now we are on the side of the campus where you can see all of the engineering and science buildings. First we have to your left, that is Tolentine Hall. Behind that is the SEER building, which is the Center for Engineering Education and Research. In addition, we also have the chemical engineering building, so if you want to be a chemical engineer, that big building with the black windows, that's where you would be spending a lot of your time. In addition, we have the ROTC building, if you're interested in ROTC. We have the second best ROTC program in the nation in that we graduate the second most flag officers and generals, second only to the Naval Academy. And lastly, we have Mendel Hall with these long windows. That's where the science classes, the math classes take place, and in addition, a lot of labs also. So now we'll move on to the center of campus. That white building to your right over there, that is Alumni Hall. That is the oldest building on campus. It was once a Civil War hospital. I actually lived there one year, and it's one of many learning communities that you can live in. This one in particular is for sophomores. 4 hours a week, 3 of them being volunteering, and the 4th being a discussion-based platform for students to go and talk about social change. They just recently put air conditioning in, and that's also where the Villanova Wildcats played their first game. We did lose, but things have changed. This building to your left is Falvey Memorial Library. That is the main library on campus. The atmosphere here at Villanova is basically based around you either study in the academic buildings that you take classes in, or you come here to the library. There are 4 different floors. The first floor being the most loud floor, the second floor being where Learning Support Services is, where you have Math Learning Resource Center and the Writing Center as well. And then on the 3rd and 4th floor, you have the quietest area that you can study here on campus. If you unzip your backpack, you'll definitely be hearing that from ways away inside that very, very quiet area. It's a great place to get studying done. And lastly, I'll also talk about the Idea Accelerator, which is a new addition to the library, where if you're interested in engineering entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship in general with business, or cross-campus experiences and coming up with an idea of your own, you can go down there and do just that. That large building to your left over there is the St. Augustine Center for the Liberal Arts. The Liberal Arts School makes up about 50% of the school's population. And those are where you'll either be taking classes or you'll be able to go to office hours to meet your professors. Professors are required to have 10+ office hours a week, but more likely than not, they're going to be there longer than that. Fun fact about that building, it's also shaped in a figure 8 so that every professor who has an office in there will be able to have a window. So now we'll come up here and stand in the core arches. Welcome to Core Hall. Core Hall is one of the buildings on campus where you can either live in a single or you can get involved in the Peace and Justice. Now the chapel is to our right. It holds daily mass at 5 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and we can go in there and check it out. Now we'll enter the Core Chapel. So now heading from Core Hall, we are now in the center of campus. This actually wasn't here when I was a freshman. They put all of this in, they put the sod in, and they moved that large statue over there, also known as the Awakening, known to students as the Oreo, to be the center area for people to hang out and spend time when the weather is beautiful. This building to your left is where the Villanova University shop is. It's also known as Kennedy Hall, and this is Kennedy Field. I always say that the Villanova University shop is the most dangerous place for your wallet because you will walk in and you'll walk out with way more than you plan to buy. In addition, we also have the site for financial support. If you have any questions about that, you can also head into that building. And then lastly, there is a mailroom in addition to that. This large building in front of you is Doherty Hall. Doherty Hall is one of 3 main dining halls on campus, in addition to 18 a la carte areas where you can go and eat just with a certain amount of money. My favorite is Cafe Nova, which is on the top, but then the Doherty Dining Hall is below. Again, I will point out to your right, that is the Oreo. That is a cornerstone statue on campus. If you didn't get a picture with an Oreo by the time you graduate, did you really go to Villanova? This building to your left, this is the Connolly Center. The Connolly Center is a student center for people to hang out in between classes. This building to your right is Vasey Hall. Vasey Hall is another academic building, but the special part about Vasey Hall is there's actually a theater for the graduate theater program here at Villanova. The president of the university actually has been the director for some of these plays, and you can, as a student, go there for cheaper. You can see at these white doors are actually the back of the stage. Now we are walking into the area that they call the Quad here at Villanova. There are two buildings, Sheehan and Sullivan Hall, that make up half of the housing for the sophomore class. All of these are doubles except for a few triples, but it's a great example of showing you the environment that Villanova has for a certain grade. The way that the dorming works freshman year, most likely you will be tripled. When you go to Villanova freshman year, in order to decide who your actual roommate will be, you fill out a survey and they'll be able to match you with someone who may match your particular habits. In addition, you are in community living every year up until your junior year, where you live in the on-campus apartments. This is Bartley Hall. Bartley Hall is where the Villanova School of Business, now the #1 business school in the nation, according to Bloomberg. This is where the students come to have their classes. There's also a minor that you can get when you're not in the business school. It is called the Summer Business Institute, where you have 10 weeks and 16 credits that you take. And with that, you get an experience of up to around the sophomore core classes of the business students. Welcome to South Campus. There are over 5 dorms here at Villanova University that are on this particular part of the Villanova campus. We have a main dining hall here, which also has an a la carte place that you can go to later after the dining hall closes. These are our 2 learning communities. We have Catherine Hall and St. Monica's Hall behind you. I actually lived in St. Monica's Hall, and now I live with people who all were in the leadership learning community with me. So now we'll head towards the center of this area of campus. This area is known as the grassy knoll. The grassy knoll is where a lot of students in between classes and in between their free time will come outside and hang out when the weather's nice. And if it's snowing, having snowball fights. All right, well, I hope I gave you a good idea of Villanova. You got a little sense of what it's like here, and you got to see the campus as well. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and visit Villanova, and I hope you have a great day, and go Cats!